Hello and welcome. You're with IndiaPostLive.com, India's first live interactive web television. This is one platform where all of you can engage with us as we talk about several issues. You just have to press a participation request and you can talk to us online and engage with us, connect with us and share your opinions with us. Of course, you can also send us your posts, your comments as an audio comment or a video comment. You can also keep tweeting through the conversations and even after that at #IndiaPostLive and our handle @IndiaPostLive. All right. So now we're going to talk about Half Girlfriend, and I'm sure all of you immediately know what I'm talking about. Chetan Bhagat's latest book, which is going to be out in the market in October, but you can start pre-ordering it on Flipkart. And well, the book and the title of the book has received very, very aggressive reactions, very, very contemptuous reactions, so to speak. But Chetan Bhagat is one man. You love him, you hate him, you cannot ignore him. And talking to us about the phenomenon that is Chetan Bhagat and the half-girlfriend factor, I have with me in the studio Sachin Garg. Sachin, welcome to India Post Live. Welcome to the conversation. Sachin is an entrepreneur himself. He runs a publishing house called Grapevine. And he's also an author. He has authored books, Never Let Me Go, Come On Inner Peace, I Do Not Have All Day, and I'm Not 24, I've Been 19 for 5 years. So some very nice books, by a young author and one young author talking about another. Tell us what do you first say if somebody talks about Chetan Bhagat? Is it or is it
It's more of the latter.
It's
Yeah.
Really? You're a fan? Okay.
Yeah, see, I might like or dislike his books, but you can't ignore him, as you said.
Absolutely.
So the numbers he does
are
just beyond imagination for anybody else. So the number of books he'll just pre-order before his books comes out.
Yeah.
I mean, a normal author will take like 50 years to sell as many books, and he'll clock that much in 2 months. So we can just sit and get jealous of his numbers.
You're jealous of his numbers,
Definitely.
but you're not jealous of his content, right?
I'm not really jealous of his content because, writing is a difficult task.
Of course.
So when I look at him and I see the platform he has, I just think he's sitting on the top of a brilliant opportunity of having an audience. So, I mean, if I was in his place, I'll be doing some outrageous content. I'll be telling stories which are beyond people's imagination. So I think that he can do much more than what he's doing already.
So in the past 10 years, what I find most interesting about Chetan Bhagat as somebody who likes reading, he has actually created readers out of non-readers. Wouldn't you agree?
There's no denying that. I mean,
Yeah?
A 19 or 20-year-old going to college could not imagine reading a book.
Exactly.
Somebody like me who comes from a non-literature background, I went to an engineering college. So, reading Marquez, reading Vikram Seth, even for that matter, it was beyond me. So, I in fact started going to college in the same year when his first book came out.
I see.
Yeah, 2004.
Okay.
So, I was in the middle of that generation which went to college alongside Chetan Bhagat coming to the scene.
Uh-huh.
So, if my batch was 500, I think 450 of them were reading Chetan Bhagat's books. So
and 5 Point Someone, his first book was about the whole angst of, engineering college and the whole pressures of, getting those GPAs or whatever you call it.
So I was 18 and we just entered college. So
Right.
90% of us were reading his books. Who would otherwise never think of reading anything apart from our course content.
Right. And you talked of Vikram Seth, you talk of Marquez. But actually, I was reading somewhere that, once you read Chetan Bhagat, a lot of people said, Arey, I can read this. Okay, let me try something more heavy.
Yeah.
And then you move to the next level, and then you move to the next level, and then you're suddenly, this entire world of books is open to you.
Exactly.
But it began with Chetan Bhagat.
Yeah.
The simplistic language, perhaps. I know content is an issue. Content is an issue with a lot of us. But
so what I'll say is that, see, you can't look at content in isolation.
Right.
So 5.7 came in 2004.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to see it with respect to time.
Right.
So a movie which came in 2004 could be quite pedestrian in 2014. Same for books. So if I read the prologue of Half Girlfriend, so if I had read it in say 2005 or 6, I'd say it's brilliant. But now Chetan Bhagat's been writing for 10 years. He's written 5 books. So we have certain expectations. I mean, I would expect him to do something more out of the box. Okay, instead of, he says that he's doing Small Town Guy for the first time, but I think Revolution 2020 we had a boy from Banaras, which I think was a guy from small town. So I don't think he's experimenting. I don't think he's going out of his comfort zone, which he ideally should.
Well, but he's marketing it really well. And let me get a reaction on Half Girlfriend and the Chetan Bhagat phenomenon from Priyanka Bharadwaj. Priyanka, welcome to the conversation. Priyanka herself, hi. Priyanka herself is a writer, and she's written Red is for Love, Black is for Coal. And her next book is a collection of poetry. It is called He Said, She Said. So we're going to talk to Priyanka about her views on Chetan Bhagat and Half Girlfriend. Priyanka, tell us your first thoughts when you heard the name of the book Half Girlfriend.
See, I wasn't really blown away with the title one because you know, it has really become a trend that whenever Chetan Bhagat is out with a book, you're supposed to criticize it. So it's like the cool thing. You criticize him and then you're the cooler one. And if you do not criticize him and I'm not the part of that peer group, so you're not. So that really hurts me as a writer and as a part of the community, because you know, when a writer looks at things floating around the web like that about him, I'm sure it does hurt him. You know, there are a class of people who really like his books. Like you've said, that he's created a class of readers for himself. He's created a class of non-readers and have converted them to readers, which is a very welcome thing. And also, reading, I believe, is a very personal experience, you know. So you do not like a Rushdie and you like a Bhagat's novel, while somebody, and vice versa, you know. So why do you have to comment on somebody who likes somebody else? It's like, okay, I do not like black and I like red, so I won't like the person who likes red. So it's completely bizarre. Reading is such a personal experience. Reading is just like music. You're blown away by something. You're stressed. You take a board into music. For someone else, it's reading. So you take your board into reading. So if Bhagat takes you to that place where you can find comfort, then be it. I don't know what's so wrong about it.
No, not at all. We are not really discussing right and wrong. In fact, we have been admitting to the fact that you cannot ignore him, you cannot write him off, though there are different views on the content of his work, Priyanka. But definitely he is somebody who knows how to be in the news all the time whenever there's a book that comes out. So didn't you find the title a bit intriguing personally for you? Half Girlfriend, what on earth is that?
See, you know, I was reading this article the other day. So there's this biography written by, I cannot recollect the name of the female. So she states that while in his early days when he was looking for publishers for 5 point someone, as we call it, so some good 12 publishers ignored and never returned his calls, and he had to go about searching publishers for himself. So this female says that she received a copy of his manuscript with a CD titled "Read Me," and the CD had good marketing tactics all over it. You know, tell how they could go about publishing his book and how they could go about marketing his book. So this man knew that he's written something, and this man knew how he could sell it. So maybe Half Girlfriend is also one of those tactics that is used to create a buzz around his book. So what's wrong about it?
Creating the buzz is what he's very successfully managed to do. You were saying something, Sachin.
I was saying that I know the woman you're talking about, and I think you must have read it in a magazine article, which also I recall. So that lady, so she's also written in the same article that so Chetan, she was working for a leading MNC publisher who rejected, one of the 11 publishers who rejected Chetan Bhagat's books. So currently she's not working in publishing, but she says that whenever I meet my boss who she was working for at that time, till date she gets the same sentence: why did you let Chetan Bhagat go? Why did you let Chetan Bhagat go? And she also says another thing that her boss tells her is that, so her boss tells her that I was relying on the opinion of some very upmarket South Delhi kind group of Bengali women, which is a very wrong demographic to judge the mass of the opinion of mass India.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely, Bengali women of that class, absolutely.
Proper wine and cheese, high society South Delhi women. So,
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
just
out,
wrong. Yeah.
it's actually published in an article. I wouldn't say it otherwise.
Because Chetan Bhagat has created middle class readers, he's created mass readers for all of us, and I'm sure he's given a lot of encouragement to young writers like the two of you sitting here to actually, go ahead and just push forth your thoughts and your ideas onto paper.
Yeah, that's the beauty of Chetan Bhagat's books, that you read them. I'm talking about 5 Point Someone in particular. That you read it, you say that, okay, this is almost like my story.
Exactly.
That's the first thing you say. And if you're somebody like me, you'll also go on to say, okay, I can write such a thing.
Yes.
Why not do it myself?
Right,
I mean,
absolutely.
it's doable.
But then this whole buzz around half girlfriend that we were talking about, it has created a buzz. And we spoke to some people, as to what their understanding of the topic was. What is half girlfriend? Let's take a look at what people had to say.
Half girlfriend.
Maybe first she was a sister, then converted into a girlfriend maybe.
I think that title is, it's downright stupid at times because, it's not a very self-explanatory title. Half girlfriend, it seems to me like a pseudo-English title. It somehow explains that, a girl, she's half in a relationship with someone, and probably I'm expecting a lot of incongruous sex in his novel.
It may be he's confused to the status that whether he's actually a girlfriend or not, or maybe he has some feeling issues related to the half girlfriend stuff.
Half girlfriend would be like a girlfriend come a girlfriend.
Half girlfriend because the girl didn't want to be a girlfriend of that guy. So maybe
Like all the 5 novels that he has written, it's going to be similar to that.
a friend and a girlfriend maybe.
When you have one night stands, so maybe that what he's talking about. Or maybe girlfriend you're not very serious about and you just go out with her for the sake of it.
Half girlfriend means friends with benefits maybe.
A girl who wants to be with him, but the society is not allowing him to be with him.
You just can't predict.
I'm a man, so half girlfriend means woman, 2 halves of 2 girlfriends. So
Something like love story or between something like very personal type of thing.
Okay, I don't think people are very clear about what half a lot of, including one night stands and 2 halves of 2 different girlfriends. Oh my God, I myself am very confused, I can tell you that. But in fact, I would like to ask Priyanka, because Priyanka said that books are a very personal experience. And Priyanka, books are of course a very personal experience. What is it about Chetan Bhagat's books that you like yourself? What is it about the content? What is it about the stories?
Yeah, so see, he's been very relevant and then he's been very articulate. So which is why he's been able to strike that chord with the readers, So you open this book, you read it and you understand that he's talking about your world there. So you connect to your melodramas he can connect to the melodramas of your life. He can connect to the ups and downs and lows and highs of your life. And that is where he strikes the chord with you. Besides this, the simplistic approach to the language that he's adopted has equipped people who would not dare pick up an English book and read it now. They would really go about picking it up and reading it with all the flair and with all the flamboyance, because that's what they like now. So which is once again a very welcome change. So I sometime back was traveling down to Bangalore for an interview. So I see this man purchasing a book from the railway station stand, a book stand from the railway station. And from the looks of it and from the way he spoke to the dealer, you could make out that he's not one of those people who would really pick up a book and read it otherwise, So that's
Okay.
the simplistic approach to his language. That is
Right. So the simplistic language, as you said, and relevant, it strikes a chord with many people. And also, of course, the fact, like I was calling him a middle class, that he's created so many middle class readers. The prices, the books are priced so reasonably. You can actually, you don't think twice before picking up. Normally when books are, $8.99 and $9.99 and stuff like that, probably a normal middle class person will think twice. Here, you pick it up without thinking and you just read it and it's entertainment, isn't it?
See, like we say in publishing, that when it comes to Chetan Bhagat, in publishing, everything that can go right has gone right. Okay, like he's the first mover.
Yeah.
Okay, his at least his first book undebatably had good content. Okay, and then he's had movie deals so early on. Like his first book released in 2004, and I think Hello released around 2006 or 7 already. So he's been associated with Salman Khan from so early on. So when you think about it, so everything that can go right in Indian publishing has gone right with him.
The Midas touch, so to speak.
Midas touch, I don't know. He's just...
In fact, in 2008, New York Times called him the biggest selling English language novelist in India's history. Now, that's a huge thing to say, which obviously means that he's actually changed a lot of things about Indian readership, Indian language, English language readership in India, right? That's I think his biggest achievement.
Yeah, which makes me a little worried about that. What if somebody comes out of India and says that, okay, I want to have a look at who's India's highest selling author?
And they read something like One Night at a Call Center. Okay, all right.
That makes me a little worried about that.
That makes you cringe, right? Priyanka doesn't agree.
I'm sure she doesn't.
No, when Sachin says that, I'll buy that, of course. But when we talk about internally how he's changed the reading scenario for people here, then it's a welcome change indeed. So yeah, I won't budge away from what Sachin has said.
See, the thing is that, Chetan Bhagat has stayed on top for a good 10 years. Okay, if it was a fluke, he'd come and go. I mean, in sports, in Bollywood, in books also, there have been a lot of flukes. But nobody sustains this level of success for 10 years. So clearly he's doing something right.
Right. So let's now take a look at people and what people have to say about what they like and what they dislike about Chetan Bhagat and Chetan Bhagat's work. Yeah? Let's take a look at that.
I don't like a lot of things about his work. Either I think of him as a soft porn writer or a pseudo-erotica writer, you know. So there's nothing much that I like about his work.
Firstly, he's very much influential, as his stories, his books, his readings, his writings are more related to the teenage life, their teenage routines.
He's a great storyteller. Although the books he writes, there are the real stories, but the way of telling it keeps you trapped in his books.
His work always energizes the youth, and they like reading his books a lot.
That one-liners that he has, that is a unique speciality of that particular author, that the one-liners he has.
He writes in simple language, so I guess it makes it very approachable for people to read his stuff.
He's a very cool kind of guy who's basically a Punjabi, and he speaks in that Punjabi tone, and he really connects with the people in general.
I don't know. I have read just one novel of his, which is 3 Mistakes of My Life. I really liked it.
His writing is very good. I mean, the logic is very good.
Generally because I can connect to it. It's more of a youth thing, so you can connect to it. The stories, the characters especially. It's very something different and something unique. Nothing. I love him.
Too much sex at times at places it shouldn't be there.
I don't really think something irritates. I mean,
he has done engineering from IIT, then he has done IIM, then he's a postgraduate from IIM. Then why is that turned into a writer?
Irritates? Not exactly.
Irritating was his personal political life, because on one side he was like for one party, and when the situations changed, he turned to that another party. I was disheartened at my personal level.
Too simple.
There's nothing that irritates.
I know he writes too much about his physical connections between a couple. So I think that's inspired by Mills and Boons maybe, but I don't prefer reading those.
There's nothing really irritating, because whatever he has done has turned out into a very good documentary and good movies. So basically it looks like a very going forward.
All right. So those were all those comments about what they like and dislike about his work. I'm not sure I agree with the sexual content angle there. I've read worse.
I'm worried if this guy picks up 50 Shades of Grey. I think he's going to start crying.
He's going to be completely scandalized.
He'll jump out of the window or something. So please ask him to put
We shall go back to him and tell him, please do not buy 50 Shades of Grey. If you find Chetan Bhagat's work sexually explicit, for God's sake.
His books have around 1 or 2 sex scenes per book.
Hardly, yeah. It's just normal, which, if two people love each other. Anyway, let's not go there. Let's not talk about love and all that now. Not when we're discussing Chetan Bhagat, definitely. Okay, now let's take a look at, how he has actually contributed to reading. We have been talking about the fact that he has changed readership styles in India India. He has created middle class readers, and the whole he has probably broken the myth that English people who read English books are the intelligentsia and the intellectuals, and as you were saying, those upper class snooty women, Bengali or not. So well, he's probably changed that mindset. So let's take a look at some graphics on how exactly Chetan Bhagat has changed the readership habit in India. So there was a huge barrier between English educated Indians and English book readers in India. That is the barrier he's brought down. That is just what I was saying, that an Exodus has said that. It's all about the numbers, says the Hindu. They come from smaller towns. The sales come from smaller towns, people who have been introduced to books beyond school and college. The new middle class audience, small entrepreneurs, travel agents, managers, salespeople, secretaries, clerks, they have an appetite for literally entertainment that falls between the elite idiom of the cultivated literati, who might be familiar with the novels of Amitabh Ghosh or Salman Rushdie, and the Indian English of the street and the supermarket. For these people, only Chetan Bhagat, says The Guardian. Absolutely. All right. We have also been asking people, in fact, there was one guy who just said, he has done IIT, IIM, why did he start writing? So we also asked some people about what it is about engineers. You have also done engineering,
also
right?
Engineer and MBA also.
Okay, we are going to ask you that, but first let's get people's voices as to what they feel, why engineers turn into writers.
Yeah, I think it does. It really does. I mean, it's more on the teenagers, and the young youth is looking forward to it and have been inclined towards these books.
His books really attract, they connect to the general public, because the ideas and the topics that he takes. For example, cricket. For example, religion. For example, the Godhra riots that he discussed, and about engineering, about IIT, about IIM, about different things which are really youth centric basically. So those are the answers. Those are the things that he really focuses on, and that's what makes a good connect with the public.
Being a literature student, I find his readings to be very illogical kind of thing. I think it's too filmy for me.
He really wrote some palpable stories for not a native English-speaking nation. So it did really intrigue a lot of youngsters into reading.
In Chetan Bhagat books, what I have observed, what my opinion is, like throughout the book you keep enjoying.
Chetan Bhagat books as compared to other writers' books, other foreign authors, they are a little much easier to read. I'm not saying that it is a bad thing, but it has somehow, affected the intellectual level or the reading level of the Indian reader.
It's all about love, and nowadays love is in the air kind of thing. So
Chetan Bhagat's books were the ones that encouraged me for reading.
Very open and very interesting books. Better than the normal Indian soap operas that you get.
See, anything, to turn into any profession, what one requires is passion. If people are moving, towards writing or reading, it's good for India. We are actually moving to a better place as a nation, because if we get more youngsters into writing and reading, it will definitely affect the intellectualism of the entire generation.
because they get bored of their work and they get irritated. They are frustrated of their life, simply.
They're very much different, as in they are little frustrated, they are little annoying with their life, and they have different issues as in other professions, I think.
In the engineering college, they realized that this is not the right place. They started writing. Maybe, I don't know why they did this, but yes, it gives me like motivation.
Maybe they like reading. Beside being an engineer, maybe they like writing. That's why.
A lot of these guys do engineering because of family pressure, because they want a stable background, they want to earn money. But their actual passion for, I've seen a lot of engineers turn painters, and they are brilliant painters, they're brilliant artists, they're brilliant writers, and they after they've earned, they've got that backbone, they've had in a proverbial tone. If they have that cow which gives them milk, so then they can go on to other things as well.
I think engineers do a lot of a lot of technical work, and writing is a creative language, so I think it gives them a relief.
Because ultimately, after long years of college hard work, they turn a bit mad. They have their own love stories there, and in this country, engineering is not. The scope is not good here. So they turn into writers, write their own love stories.
Today's youth read a lot. I think they are too much into reading, and so they find it to be very productive and a kind of way of earning. It has become a hobby which they want to make it in a professional way, which they want to earn money through a way in which the youth is going. I think the youth reads a lot. That's why engineers are going into writing. Or maybe it's their personal choice.
Maybe they can't make a profit in engineering, so they do other things that make profits for them. And also he has a very good imagination, so you get the result is in front of you.
I don't know, it's their choice, it's their life. They want it, then they will do it. I really think that engineers really don't know what to do in life. Some engineers are running into MBA finance, some engineers are running into writing. I really don't know what engineers are up to. Why are they why can't they just stick to their field and jumping into others' field and actually giving a competition to them? I really hope that other engineers are not like that and they actually stick to their field only.
All right, so engineers are frustrated, engineers are mad, engineers want to make money, and hence they go into writing. That is what I understood from that. Please defend yourself now. Now, please defend yourself. You are an engineer turned writer. Very quickly.
I don't agree to any of them except engineers are frustrated. So,
how are engineers frustrated? Why are engineers frustrated?
I went to an engineering college batch of 500. Out of 500, I think there were 15 girls in the batch.
Oh, okay. Now I understand the frustration.
So it's just numbers, it's just logistics. You can't blame us. So,
all right. So turn to writing. You don't get the girls, so turn to writing. Is that
I don't know. He turned writer at 30. I think he already had 2 kids by then. So I don't think he had that reason. I'm not saying that I had that reason. That's not to me.
Thank you for the clarification. Yeah.
I in fact, I'd been writing while I was a student. I was doing my engineering. And at one point, I used to write a blog before I wrote books. And at one point, my blog got really popular. And as I reached my 4th year is supposed to be a really relaxed time in your engineering.
Okay.
So when I reached my 4th year, I had way too much free time on my hand. I'd got a job and I was waiting for my admission to my B school. So I thought that how do I use this time?
So you started writing.
Yeah, so I started writing a book.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. All his films have been made into, all his books have been made into successful films. Now, you are a writer yourself. Priyanka, you're next. I'm going to be asking you that as well. Wouldn't you want your books to be made into films someday?
It's a double-edged sword. So, like, in an ideal scenario, I'd love my books to be adapted. But then, at the end of the day, the books are my babies. So, if they were to adapt it, then I'd want the tone of the book to be maintained.
Right.
Okay, then I'd want a certain say in the screenplay.
A certain control over the content.
I mean, to be very honest, Bollywood has been doing some very ordinary stuff.
Okay.
So we'd want to associate with the right sort of team, make sure it's done.
What film do you think that was made in, from a book, what in Hollywood or that actually did justice to the book?
I'll give one for Bollywood, one for Hollywood. In Bollywood, I think there's no competition. 3 Idiots was by far the best adaptation there could have ever been. It's debatable how much of it was picked from the book.
Yes.
I think around 50% of it was picked from the book.
Yeah.
But still, so basic premise was from the book. So by far, that's been the best adaptation. I think Satyajit Ray might have done 1 or 2, but I've not seen any. I can't really comment on that. In Hollywood, I recently watched a movie called Fault in Our Stars.
Yeah,
so that one was brilliantly adapted.
Okay.
And my favorite book is in the process of being adapted. So it's coming out in October. So I'm waiting for that.
Which is that?
That one's a book called Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn.
Okay.
So that's my all-time favorite book. I'm waiting for it with bated breath.
Yeah. Priyanka Bharadwaj. Priyanka, we just heard how Sachin, out of boredom in his final year, started writing. How did you start writing, Priyanka?
So, well, I was in class 4 when I wrote my first poem. So, and then I went on to do English literature from Delhi University. So there was a time when Cleopatra and Antony wouldn't really, interest me so much as much the last pen of my classroom would. So I would there and fantasize and keep scribbling things in my diary. I still have those diaries on me. And then having completed my graduation, I've been one person who wouldn't plan a day in my life. So I was done with my graduation and I did not know how to go about things thereon. So I decided that I take some time off, do the things that I like. So I went on to write a blog and I would keep scribbling there and I would stick to poetry back then. There was this one time I decided that I'll start a blog trail of some short stories and things like that. So there are two posts down, and my friends were telling me, see, when you can write well and you can write long, so why not turn this to a manuscript? And then I decided that I'd take that up. I took my time, I started writing, and then I shot some mails, they were rejected. But then that doesn't stop you if you want to get something at your end. So I just kept trying.
Story. Yeah, that's a journey. That has been a journey which started when you were very young. But that's lovely to hear. Are you into movies also? Do you watch films?
Of course I do. I'm a Bollywood freak.
You're a Bollywood freak. And Chetan Bhagat, we are discussing Chetan Bhagat. Who do you think will make Half Girlfriend? Who do you think? I know the book isn't out yet, but we know a little bit about it. We know there is an issue of a boy from Bihar falling in love with a girl from Delhi. There are language issues. Apparently, there are caste issues as well. He does bring up some issues in his books. Who do you think will make the book, Priyanka? Make the film?
I think Alia Bhatt would do justice to the half girl.
You mean the star? Okay. And the boy? Sachin was telling me it should be Dhanush. Before the show, Sachin said it should be Dhanush.
Yeah, I think Alia Bhatt and Dhanush, that fits in best.
All right. Let's see what people had to say about their take on, who should star in the film if Half Girlfriend ever gets made into a film.
Passion's movie director, Madhur Bhandarkar, and will be acted by Arjun Kapoor and Alia Bhatt.
As for the movie adaptation, Abhishek Kapoor would do a great job, and Rajkumar Rao, maybe. That guy can justify any role in the world. And for the actresses don't have much to do in Indian movies. Though Sonam Kapoor would do that.
I think director will be Madhur Bhandarkar, and he'll be casting Shraddha Kapoor and Aditya Roy.
Ranveer Singh, and the actress would be, I guess, Sonam Kapoor or Priyanka Chopra, something like that.
It will be Arjun Kapoor and actress Shraddha.
Novels are masterclass, and none of the movies I like.
I think Siddharth Roy and Alia Bhatt might do justice to the role.
I wish Anurag Kashyap makes one movie, because Anurag Kashyap is very he's very creative, or either Imtiaz Ali. I mean, either of them.
I think Imtiaz Ali should make a movie on Half Girlfriend, because I think he'll do a very good job.
And actors?
Actors can be Ranbir Kapoor for sure because of his affairs, and Half Girlfriend maybe Alia Bhatt.
I should have an actress Alia Bhatt, hero Siddharth Malhotra, and that director Rajkumar Hirani.
Could be some like Ranbir Kapoor or some chocolatey boy, and then a girl like Alia Bhatt as she played in Two States also, or maybe Pariniti Chopra or any young star.
Chetan Bhagat movies are mostly good when Amir Khan acts in one of his movies and directs them.
Direction should be Imtiaz Ali, and actors like Ranbir and Alia would be better.
Right, so a lot of demands there from the market. It should be Imtiaz, it should be Hirani, it should be Anurag Kashyap.
When Chetan Bhagat delivers his talks, so in one of his talks he was talking about the lowest points of his career as a writer. So he actually mentions that the release of Hello was the lowest point of his whole writing career.
Right.
So he actually rubbishes the movie. So
right.
He starts with asking that how many of you have watched Hello?
Right.
And some people raised their arms and he said, I'm really sorry for that.
Oh.
It goes that far.
All right. Now, in 2010, Time magazine called him one of the most influential people in the world, and definitely, like I said, his latest Half Girlfriend has evoked huge reactions, especially in social media. Twitter has said all kinds of things about Half Girlfriend. Before we wrap up the conversation, I would like to thank Priyanka Bharadwaj for coming and joining the conversation. Thank you so much for your inputs. Of course, Sachin Garg, thank you so much. But we leave you with some very nice Twitter comments on Half Girlfriend. However, like we all said, like we all agree, he does know how to market his stuff. He does know how to sell his stuff. He knows how to stay in the news for the good reasons or the bad reasons or the ugly reasons. But Chetan Bhagat has been around for a decade and he's here to stay, and he's inspired a lot of young writers like Priyanka Bharadwaj herself. The conversation continues on India Post Live, but before we wrap up, do take a look and laugh your heart out at all those tweets. Thanks for watching.